So are you thinking of moving to Sarasota? Well, in this video, we're going to pit the North versus the South. That's North Sarasota versus South Sarasota. And we're going to show you the pros and cons of each. We're going to go to 3 different neighborhoods and 3 different price points to show you the differences of what you might get for that kind of price point in North Sarasota versus South Sarasota. And having lived in both North and South, I'm going to share with you at the very end of the video what my personal opinion is on which one has the advantage. I'd love to hear yours as well. Let's go take a look. So if this is your first time on our channel and you want to learn everything there is about living in Sarasota and the surrounding communities, make sure you subscribe and tap that notification bell. This way you'll be the first to learn about the new videos and about the ever-changing Sarasota market. Hi, my name's Rob Rovnak. I've lived in the area for over 30 years, and every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you. So if you're moving in 1 week or 1 year, whatever it is, reach out to us. My information is in the text box below, and I'll be happy to help you make a smooth move to sunny Sarasota. So here we are at our first stop in the tour of the North versus South today. We're at Whitaker Park. Now this is a small little enclave. Basically it's a neighborhood around one big giant lake and some lakes behind it. It was built back in 2016. So Whitaker Park was actually developed by a builder out of Orlando called Ashton Woods, and they've done a lot of nice communities in this neighborhood. I loved it when it came out, and it's still a beautiful neighborhood. And just across the street from me is a current listing. This one is 2,070 square feet under air, the 3.2, and it's priced at $599. So that's kind of a typical price here, between 5 and 6 here in this neighborhood. And we've got a really convenient location. So we're really close to I-75 and Fruitville Road. So just up the street here, you've got a Lowe's, you've got a Sam's Club, lots of retail, lots of restaurants. Of course, you'd find that close to a I-75 corridor. But there's a lot of things going on out in this area. And just down the street, you're going to find UTC Mall, which we've talked about in the past. You can find everything in that area. So we're really located close to a lot of shopping. We've also got Benderson Park. So as far as taking a walk around the big lake, giant lake there, that's a big rowing park, but there's a lot of amenities up there for kids, playgrounds and stuff like that. So you can actually take a bike from this neighborhood and just bike on up there. I think it's about 1.5 miles. We're also close to downtown, probably about 15 minutes to downtown. So convenient to a lot of things, and I think it's a cute little neighborhood. We're going to take a drive around and show you a little bit more.
In all 3 neighborhoods we'll see today, one of the main shopping districts would be the Sarasota Crossing Shopping Plaza at Fruitville and Honore. Now this plaza is anchored by a Publix supermarket, and get used to hearing the name Publix a lot because that's the biggest grocer here in Florida. And in this plaza there's everything from a Starbucks to a secondhand sports store. And one of the most popular restaurants in that shopping plaza is the highly entertaining, very popular Teppan-style Japanese restaurant by the name of Daruma. And just past the plaza is a Sam's Wholesale Club, and in front of it there's a Dunkin' Donuts, and people really must love their coffee here because there are 2 Dunkin' Donuts and 2 Starbucks all within 1 mile from each other. Now across the street you'll find another huge shopping plaza anchored by Target, with plenty of fast food options from Chipotle to Five Guys to Chick-fil-A. And just up the plaza is a pizza shop, a sports bar, Firehouse Subs, and a Chinese restaurant. Anchoring that end of the plaza is a Winn-Dixie supermarket. Out front on Fruitville, you'll find everything from Applebee's to McDonald's and a Longhorn Steakhouse. And at the end of the block, you can take care of all your home repairs and upgrades at Lowe's. Just a huge variety of stores and restaurants and banks here, local and national. They're all within a half-mile radius. And if you're looking for business or nightlife or just the overall whirlwind of the city, you're slightly over 5 miles or just 15 minutes to the core of downtown Sarasota.
So here we are in front of a small little community by the name of Forest Creek. And by what I mean by small is only 62 homes in this community. So it is rather small, but it's in a great location. Full disclosure, I actually own a home here. So one of the first new construction homes we ever bought was right here. And it's now a rental, but we've kept it and we'll keep it as long as we can. But if you're interested in investing in homes and how you go about renting out homes and and making a little profit and making a nice little living off of investing in real estate, reach out to me. But as I said, Forest Creek is a great little development built by Lennar back in 2003, 2004. So only having 62 homes, it's a nice tight-knit community, and it's, as we talked about, a great location. You're only 15 minutes from downtown. You're just minutes to the interstate. Working in real estate, it was great to be able to go up to Venice and up to Bradenton or up to St. Pete, anywhere I wanted to, jumping on the interstate or being downtown in a couple of minutes as well. So we love the location, but we never imagined that they would be putting in University Town Center, UTC Mall. So that has every shop you could imagine. It has been a great boom to this area. And they also have Nathan Benderson Park. We've talked about it before. It's a one-of-a-kind rowing park, but it has a giant lake that you could jog, walk, or bike around. Got some playgrounds for the kids. They've got a lot of amenities that go on there, a lot of things that they put on. Every 4th of July, they put on a big fireworks show. If you're in the area, you want to check out Benderson Park. Now I'm going to stop here in front of a listing that's here. Beautifully remodeled home, just shy of 2,000 square feet. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Give you an idea of what you'll find here in Forest Creek and in the north in general. This is listed for $560. So if that gives you an idea, you get maybe a little bit better discount as far as pricing goes here in the north than some in the south. You might be paying premium for being closer to the beaches, but you want to be closer to downtown, you want to be close to I-75. This is really a great option, I think. So Forest Creek, and I'm going to tell you in a second about some more interesting things here.
Now here's a quick secret gem. Just beyond the borders of Forest Creek and Whitaker Park, right here along Fruitville Road, will soon be home to the new Sarasota Symphony Music Campus, with rehearsal space, teaching classrooms, and an amazing brand new concert venue.
So our last stop on our tour of northern neighborhoods is Chimney Creek. Now this is a beautiful little neighborhood. Also, it's very small, just 41 homes. Just like we were in the last one, was only 62. So I think you're starting to see a trend. Only 41 homes in here, but it is just spectacular. Very well wooded, lots of trees, lots of mature landscaping. And the house I'm standing in front of, actually, this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. They've got a beautiful, like, mother-in-law suite here. Really an amazing house. Actually, customers of mine, they have done a tremendous job with the whole landscaping. He has lovingly put every plant in this home. It is spectacular. They have a lanai off of here. So it's 2618 under air, but it's actually 3,400 total. So they've got a lot of lanais, a lot of porches, and I mentioned a full mother-in-law suite with its own AC, but it's truly an amazing house. They've got it priced at $799, and it is, I think it's going to go under contract here pretty soon, but this is give you an idea what you're finding here in Chimney Creek. Great location just across from 17th Street Park. I'm going to show you a little bit of the surrounding neighborhood so you can see what we're looking at. But Chimney Creek is one to look at. It is one of these hidden gems, and we're going to take a little drive through it here in just a second.
Just across the street from Chimney Creek is 17th Street Park, with plenty of soccer fields, baseball fields, and Miss Sarasota softball fields. And right next door is a doggy's dream, with the multi-acre 17th Street Doggy Park. Relax and let your 4-legged friends have a field day playing in the park. Now, I talked about it briefly, but the most notable additions to the North Sarasota area is the Mall at UTC Shopping District and Nathan Benderson Park. Benderson Park features a world-class 410-acre rowing lake that has hosted high school, NCAA, and World Rowing Championships. There's a kid playground and a huge 3.5-mile track that is 15 feet wide, great for jogging, biking, or just a stroll. Next door, you'll find the soon-to-be-completed colossal Moat Marine Aquarium, right adjacent to the mall at UTC and the Town Center Shopping District. Now, UTC, or University Town Center, is named after University Parkway, which divides Sarasota from Manatee right down the county line. In just 3 square miles, you'll find every store or restaurant your heart can desire. So with so many great things, what's not to like about North Sarasota? Well, in years past, some of the more pedestrian or rundown parts of Sarasota have been towards the north. After all, the city center was the first to be built, and they're much older and more older apartments and condo projects that haven't kept up with the gleaming new ones. But the downtown has been refurbished. There's a lot of new condo projects going on, and it's changing the look of the city. But in the north, the crime statistics are still a little higher than the ones in the south. And although Sarasota has one of the absolute top school districts in the entire state, many of the public schools in northern Sarasota don't rank as highly as schools in the southern portions, and they haven't been as well supported. Now, of course, that varies, so check with the latest scores online, and it varies school to school, but those are some of the differences and some of the drawbacks of North Sarasota.
So here I am wearing my Southern Grays today as I'm taking a tour of the South. That is South Sarasota. And my first stop today is Wellington Chase. This is a community in the greater community of Palmer Ranch. You're going to hear us talk about Palmer Ranch a lot in these videos. That's one of the most popular, larger communities here. Encompasses a lot of different neighborhoods throughout South Sarasota. And this one, about 15 minutes to the beaches, to be right on the beach is Siesta Key, a little over 20 to 25 minutes downtown. And this is a newer community built in the late 1990s. So I call it more modern because you're getting typical 3-2s, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Occasionally you'll get a 4th bedroom in here for the office or that. But you're always going to get that 2-car garage, which is a more modern plan here in Sarasota. I'm going to show you this quick listing right here. This one is just slightly under 1,300 square feet under air. So it's a little smaller in comparison to some here. You're going to see stuff anywhere probably between 17 to 2,200 square feet here in Wellington Chase. But this one is priced $419. The $327 price per square foot, but at $419, this is a great deal because you usually can't find anything here in Wellington Chase for under $500. So it must be a very motivated seller. Doesn't seem to be any major issues. I haven't toured it, but $419, that's quite an aggressive price. So that gives you an idea of what you're going to find here in Wellington Chase. Like I said, having a more modern feel to it, very modern neighborhood, very well landscaped. You're going to see houses taken care of, and we're, like I said, once again, we're in that area of Sarasota, Palmer Ranch that people really look at. Just around the corner, right around the corner, you've got a Publix shopping plaza. So that's a Publix supermarket plaza with some restaurants and some other things there, right off of Clark Road here. So you're conveniently located to a lot of things. Like I said, if you hear Palmer Ranch in Sarasota, you're going to see a lot of people attracted to that area just because it's kept up. The grounds as you drive through Palmer Ranch and most of Palmer Ranch, it's kind of like equivalent to Disney World. Very well landscaped, very nice homes, usually well kept up. You always have your occasional one or two who doesn't keep up their home, but in general, it's a neighborhood that holds its value. So as we said, here in Wellington Chase, the greater neighborhood is Wellington Chase itself in the greater neighborhood of Palmer Ranch. Just a couple months ago, we took a tour of a community by the name of Gulfgate. And Gulfgate became so popular here in Sarasota that the developer said, hey, we need more of that. So just across Beneva Road, they bought a parcel and they called this one Gulfgate East, so just east of Gulfgate. And they decided we're gonna make a little bit bigger homes, between 1,500, a little over 2,000 square feet. And this was done in the early 1980s, so early 80s to mid 80s. And the nice thing about it is they decided to come up with some really original floor plans, some different looking models, totally different from Gulfgate. We're going to be coming up here on a listing that shows you an example of one. We'll turn this around so you can take a look at this home. So this home is 1985 under air, so a lot bigger than the original Gulfgate homes. Quite typical for here, Gulfgate East, and it was built in 1985 as well. So it is priced at $679 and also has a pool, been remodeled. And a lot of these homes here in Gulfgate East have been remodeled. They really keep their value because this is a really great location. And people really take good care of their homes here. See if I can swing around so you can see some of the neighborhood, and we'll take a drive through, but it is a great location. Like I said, off of Beneva Road, close to Clark Road, just 15 minutes or less to the beach, where you can be on the beach, about 20 minutes to downtown Sarasota. So as we mentioned in the south here, you're closer to the beaches, a little further away from downtown, but you've got everything around here, shopping, restaurants. It's a really great location, really popular location. And this one, what makes it special, I think, is the way people take care of the neighborhood. Even though they were built in the early 80s, you don't have any CDDs. community development fees. You don't have high HOAs. You see behind me, people really take good care of their properties here, and that's what causes it to hold its value. So you're going to find properties here, 500s, 600s, maybe even some 700s. I've seen a few that have been really totally remodeled that have approached that 800 price point. But it is a truly nice community as far as what people are taking care of, doing their good job of home ownership. And that gives you an idea of what you're going to find here in Gulfgate East. So here we are in one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Sarasota, Deer Creek. Now, Deer Creek was developed in the 1990s, and it has always been a great seller over the decades. And a combination of great homes, great floor plans, and a great area has made this a really successful community over the years, and it's really held up. One thing you notice as you come through Deer Creek is there's a lot of trees, a lot of mature landscaping. It is just a beautiful community. You'll be taken in immediately as soon as you drive through. It is a gated community. It's very nice. The home that I'm standing in front of right now is for sale. It's 2568 under air. It was built in 1992, and it is for sale for $899. So very typical. It's got a pool, got a preserve background as far as a preserved lot. Very typical of a home you'll find here, but these are really great homes. Floor plans, a lot of them have been updated. Now, the fact that they were built in the 90s, you will need to make sure that you're upgraded for hurricane protection. The hurricane code started in 2002, so you might want to upgrade from that, but there's a lot of ways you can modify that. But this really is truly a spectacular area. You're very close to the beaches. That's one thing people love about Palmer Ranch, which is the greater community that we're in. They love the close proximity to the beaches, lots of shopping. We're just around the corner from what used to be Sarasota Square Mall. Now that's in transition because they're going to be rebuilding a large portion of it into mixed-use housing and some commercial. So you've also got the AMC theaters right down the road, so it makes it very convenient to go check out a movie. And for you Costco lovers, they've got a Costco right there on the ground, so just minutes away. So Palmer Ranch, truly an amazing area. I think you're really going to like Deer Creek, one of my favorites, and I think it's still going to be one of the favorites here for decades to come. Great floor plans, great size houses, 2,000s to 3,000 square feet of home, tile roofs, gated community. You can't beat Deer Creek. I love it. Sold many here, and I think you might want to check it out. Come visit here in Sarasota. You'll love it.
Now, South Sarasota features more new communities, quicker access to the beaches, and an overall vibrant and relaxed vibe. More suburbs than city. Now, one drawback is you're a little further from Sarasota's hopping downtown, filled with restaurants, nightlife, and the tremendous art scene, from galleries to the Symphony, opera, and ballet, to touring Broadway shows and concerts. It's all happening near the city core in the north. So which do you think is better, north or south? Cast your vote in the comments below. So if you would have asked me this 10 or 15 years ago, which area would I have preferred? I would have hands down said South Sarasota. But with all the recent development, revitalization, and all the building of the northeastern neighborhoods, I'd say they're just about even. It all depends on your preference and your stage of life. If you're more of a metropolitan person and you like a little more diversity and action, then maybe the north is for you. If you're just starting out, got lots of kids, and you're craving a 5 to 10 minute drive right over to the beach, then maybe the south is for you. Either way, you're about a half hour from the best of both worlds, which makes Sarasota such a popular destination for both young and old alike. If you have a question about Sarasota, north, south, east, or west, just call, text, or email, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. For living and buying in Sarasota, I'm Rob Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.